The new economic order divided labor into those who worked with their hands and those who worked with their heads. Manual wage workers, later known as blue-collar workers for the blue-collar work shirts they wore, provided the economy's foundation. Between 1870 and 1910, their numbers increased by more than 300% as the overall population grew by 130%. Mechanization and production required mostly unskilled workers and only a few skilled workers. To maximize production and efficiency, workers became, in the words of one late 19th century commentator, mechanicalized, as they tended machines or executed simple, mind-numbing, repetitive tasks. For example, divisions of labor in the ready-made clothing industry eliminated traditional tailoring skills. Sewing machine operators did not fabricate an entire garment, but focused only on stitching one part of the garment, such as sleeves, buttonholes, lapels, or pockets. Mechanization required only a few skilled workers to fix machinery or make tools for machines operated by unskilled workers. As work increasingly became de-skilled, these workers lost the most ground. Their fight to maintain their positions would lead to some of the bitterest labor struggles of the era. While skilled workers saw their opportunities decline, white-collar work expanded as large business enterprises required specialized experts. White-collar workers, dubbed as such for the formal white shirts they wore, were known as brain workers. Finance experts, accountants, advertising agents, managers, as well as engineers and attorneys filled the ranks of white-collar workers. Marketing also required salesmen. Drummers, as they were known, traveled extensively on the nation's railway system, selling their goods in small towns and country stores. Unlike blue-collar workers, who labored for hourly wages or were paid by the piece, most white-collar workers were salaried specialists. These workers provided the core of a burgeoning middle class rooted in urban industrial America. Although they didn't own the businesses they managed, white-collar workers usually identified with the owners who employed them, not with the workers they managed. This identification had long-term consequences for the labor movement, as white-collar workers provided popular support for anti-union efforts. The division between blue-collar and white-collar workers, when compared to Europe, seemed especially extreme in the U.S. In Europe, smaller-scale, family-owned businesses with a more familial concern for employees persisted longer than in the U.S. In the hierarchical, corporate structure of American industry, managers grew increasingly detached from the needs of workers. Constant oversight and severe discipline from managers bent on maximizing production and profit served as a major source of tension between managers and workers in the Gilded Age.